Hello, 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 people. Welcome to today's event. This is the joint session for Safir Promoters Day. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. This is Genius Investors. I'm Christy Emmanuel, a blockchain educator, and it's such a delight to have each and everyone here. Please, if you can hear me clearly, please go to the comments and leave the number 1. It's such a delight to have each and everyone here. I have been waiting for this event, and I'm sure you also have been anticipating this event. So go to the comments and leave the number 1 if you can hear me. I can see very fabulous, amazing people here, and it's going to be educative, insightful. It's going to be something you've never seen before. So get ready with your journals or any screenshot applications that you have with which to capture your thoughts during the presentation. And if you know anyone who is supposed to be here already, reach out to them and tell them that we've started. They don't want to miss this. They don't want to, be told what went down at today's event. I can see very wonderful people here already. I'd like to welcome all the leaders in the different teams that have come here today for this event. You're highly welcome. I'm going to be, giving us opportunity to say hello to the house and, of course, to say hello to our team members who have made it here. Like I said, we want this, events to be like no other. So if you know your team members, your friends, people who are supposed to be here who are not here already, go back to your group chats and let them know that the event has started. Yes, coming. Please go to the comments and leave your feedback for me. Okay, I can see them coming in. Well done, well done, well done. Like I said, this event is to share with us all the updates, all that went down during the Safir Big Boom event for 5th August. And we have leaders in the house who are going to be sharing their own experiences, who are going to be bringing us back sight and sound of what happened, what is in it for us, and how we can position ourselves to take full advantage. This is not the time to be sleeping, guys. This is the time to be alert. This is the time to be fully, keyed into what we're about to do today here, and of course, to take advantage. Let me recognize the presence of Ambassador Light. Ambassador Light Jeremiah is in the house. He is a double diamond in the Safir community. Ambassador. Okay, so while we are still waiting for him to come up, we have Coach Lawrence Enebeli. Coach Lawrence Enebeli is a diamond leader in the Safir community. Coach Lawrence, it's good to see you. Say hello to the house.
Yes, good to see you too, Christy. Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting session of Safir's Promoters Day, the joint session between us and our fantastic leaders across Africa. So you're welcome and get ready for an awesome session.
That's great. I also want to recognize the presence of Mr. Ene. Mr. Ene is a diamond leader in the Safir community.
Maybe
he's trying to still settle in. Okay, yeah. Great. So without wasting much of our time, I'd like to sincerely welcome each and every one of us. Like I said, this is a joint session of the different teams in Nigeria and of course in Africa. So if you are here, get ready for an experience. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but we have someone in the house who is going to be taking us through that journey. He is a blockchain educator. He is an investment coach, a business, mentor. He's been in the investment and business space for at least 13 years. He is the CEO of Vashita Crypto, Advisory, team lead of Genius Investors, and of course, a Safir Diamond leader. What does it mean to be a Safir Diamond leader? Safir Diamond leader is somebody whose activities and that of his team has pulled together at least 1 million euros in the Safir, business. So it's going to be an exciting time. He's going to be bringing us the sight and sound of what happened in the event. That's the Safir Big Boom on 5th August 2023. So with that said, sit back, enjoy, and we'll be back for an interactive session after the presentation. Over to you, Coach Lawrence Enebeli.
All right, thank you, Christy, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome on behalf of all of us to Safir. Safir Group International is the foremost organization selling tokenized companies, businesses, products, and services in the world. Just like you have iOS, Apple, selling phone and phone-related businesses, But on the blockchain, we have tokenized products. So the company doing that in the world, number one, is called Safir Group International. Just in case you're here for the first time or you're hearing this for the first time, you're dealing with an organization that is number one in its own industry. It's not a beginner by every standard, no. It has already given out 200 million to its community, 200 million euro to its community as benefits. So you think about that. It takes a profitable company to do that. Then we're already about 600,000 as I speak, community members already. And we're already disrupting 7 industries as at the last count. Okay, we are disrupting aviation and drone industry. We're disrupting real estate industry. We're disrupting the cinema and music industry. We're disturbing sustainable development and environmental protection industry. We're also sustaining the mother of them all, education industry. So you want to take advantage. We're already established in the city of Dubai, one of the biggest innovation hubs in the world. We have our office at the 147th floor of Burj Khalifa. Okay, you know, Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world, just to mention that. And we're vetted already, we're audited already by an organization in Germany, in Europe, to be precise, and whose book, you can see, copy of it at the bottom. There's a website down there. Because of time, I will skip a few of that. Co-host as well, so that we don't have anybody hanging. Because at some point, we'll stop admitting new persons. Okay, so Safir is a one-stop shop. Safir aims to make everybody rich by legal and credible means. We have our own blockchain and we have our own smart chain. So our job this evening is to expose you to opportunity you've never seen in this form before out of the Arab world with headquarters in Dubai. The project is supported by the Dubai royal family. Okay, one of the sons of the current ruler of Dubai, not the heir apparent, not the crown prince, but one of his younger brothers, on behalf of the royal family, is a co-founder of our partnering blockchain called Zenic and Ramzik. There are 2 words. Ramzik is the tokenization partner, while Zenic is the layer 1 blockchain. Zenic is like Ethereum. It has its own smart chain. It has its own side chain. Okay, so we have projects already on our blockchain. Like I said, we're disrupting various industries using different partnerships. So we're disrupting the blockchain industry itself using Zenic. Why? We have speed of up to 50,000 transactions per second. Okay, then that's one disruption. 2, we're decentralized. Decentralized means everybody can co-own what is happening there. I'm a co-owner. You are a co-owner if you choose to. Those who invited you, in case you're here for the first time, are all co-owners. And it's our joy to extend that co-ownership to you. And you can own the layer 1 blockchain with us. You can own Evinoc. Evinoc is doing to aviation what Uber has already done to taxi. So they're on our blockchain. They were in Ethereum, but they've ported because our blockchain is better. You think about that. For those who don't know Ethereum, Ethereum is the second biggest blockchain by market capitalization on Earth today after Bitcoin. And so why would a project leave Ethereum for Zenic? You think about that. So then we also have, regardless, disrupting the movie industry. The first tokenized movie in the whole of the Middle East is on our blockchain. You want to ask yourself, why this particular blockchain? I'll be giving you the reasons. Then Tupan is disrupting the carbon credit industry. You must have heard of, dangerous gases, air pollution, environmental, heating up the environment globally. What is called, forgotten the technical name now. But CO2 emission, more than a certain limit, becomes unnatural. So United Nations decided to put a law in place that if you exceed more than your fair share, you pay a tax as punishment. So the first of such tax to be minted on the blockchain, I'll be explaining what that means, is done by Tupan on behalf of United Nations and regulated by Security and Exchange Commission on the Amazon forest. Then CEDO is the name of a company disrupting real estate development in Austria. Austria is in Europe. T-Drone is the name of a company disrupting the drone industry with headquarters in Brazil. You must have noticed that Abu Dhabi and Dubai are building drone airports. Have you realized that? So our own drone has up to 400, can carry up to 400, between 400 and 800 kg of cargo. It doesn't need an airport because it takes off vertically and delivers back and lands vertically. It can go up to 1,000 kilometers and more. So you just imagine that. And the technology to do that is now available. You can co-own all these projects. That's the news. That's the good news. So we have a lot going on here, different industries, ownership of companies disrupting different industries. It's what is really on offer here. So how do you participate? I'll answer that that question in a jiffy. However, we have an ecosystem because you may be wondering, why should you do business with Safir? Safir is in partnership with its own blockchain company. Underline the word, its own blockchain company called Zenic. And in this ecosystem, you have everything. When I mean everything, 360. You don't have any reason to leave our ecosystem for another ecosystem. No. And what do I mean by that? You can co-own our blockchain with us because we are decentralized. Decentralized means the nodes are not held in one place. And so each time you buy an investment about Zenic, you help us decentralize the node by keeping a share of the node. And so that makes it statistically impossible for hackers to succeed because the nodes have to be decentralized. And so if they are decentralized, it makes it more difficult for any such activity called hacking to take place. Experts say it's statistically impossible to hack into a sufficiently decentralized blockchain. And Zenic positions itself as one of that. Then Zenic Hub, that's our own way of decentralizing what I've just said. So it's up for grab. This hub you're seeing is a physical device, just like your iPad or any other part, Samsung pad, for example. But the difference is that this one is dedicated 100% for only blockchain-related activities. Only. Be they Bitcoin, be they Ethereum, be they tokenized products, be they NFTs and all that. They can be stored there, both warm wallet and cold wallet, for those who know what those means. But the important thing here is that you have a device, just like your TV for entertainment. This one is a pad for only blockchain products. The first in the world, and it's done by Zenic. Then you have your normal app. This is a decentralized app that is your private wallet. Underline the words private wallet. It gives you all the asset security that makes it personal. It's your wallet between you and the blockchain, no middleman. Then we have our own debit card for those who want to shop. We have our own in-house debit card. I'll be talking more about that debit card in a jiffy. Then we have our own staking hints. Any project minted, I'll be explaining what minting is in a jiffy. Any project minted on our blockchain, whose ownership you mint on our blockchain, you have a chance to stake it. Stake means fixed deposit it to get reward instead of just leaving it at the back end. Okay? Or selling it at a cheap price. No, you can send it on an error and it's called staking, just like fixed deposit. We have our own swap. Maybe you have £2, I have Evinok. How do we exchange? We have our swap, and our swap will be running on our normal app at the next update. Then we have a Zenic, the ecosystem coin. You must have heard of Ethereum, you must have heard of Bitcoin and all that. Those projects, particularly Ethereum, that has its own smart chain, for example, the value of Ethereum is the value of the projects. It's a fraction of the value of the project that is on the smart chain. So Zenic is like Ethereum equivalent, but our smart chain is designed to do what Ethereum was not designed to do when it was born. And that project is called tokenization. In case you're hearing tokenization for the first time, it means digital ownership of shares of companies that are disrupting the world. Just like you go to a stock market and you buy shares. Shares are part ownership of the company, right? Now, instead of the stock market, the blockchain does what the stock market was supposed to do. So it issues you digital token. So it's like a token digital equivalent of your shareholding in the particular project, whose company you bought their hub. Hub is HUB, is a technical word for what gives you a share, that will be minting. It's like you buy fowl, chicken, that is minting egg, right? Or that is laying egg. The egg in this case is the shares or the digital token, while the fowl is the hub equivalent. So if you buy a hub, it gives you minting capacity for every day for between 8 to 10 years. So what you're minting is the token. You can decide to sell it through your normal app immediately once it is listed. Okay, it takes an average of 10 weeks, sometime up to 12 weeks for a new project to be listed on the public exchange. So such projects are called pre-sale. Once they are listed, then you can sell immediately. Although the wise thing to do would be to mint it, keep it for a while, for the capital to appreciate in price before you sell it. Our main project on the blockchain is called tokenization. In case you're asked, what makes Zenic unique is because of tokenization. Yes, tokenization is worth over $800 trillion, according to World Economic Forum 2021 report. World Economic Forum Blockchain Report 2021. put tokenization as minimum 800 trillion in the world. So we started it already. I'll be giving you details shortly. The blockchain to do tokenization, the number one blockchain to do tokenization, born for it, designed for it, sponsored for it, with laws put in place in the country of the UAE, with a regulator, virtual asset regulatory authority, to regulate the activities of blockchain products and services in the UAE, with headquarters at World Economic Forum. The first blockchain to have these records in place, not just talk, is Zenic. And that's what makes Zenic unique. That's why disrupting companies and technologies are coming in to be tokenized on our blockchain. So we have our own smart chain. Like I told you, smart chain is what makes it possible for you to host other companies and projects that don't require their own blockchain to exist. That is what Ethereum is known for. But like I said, Ethereum's time, it was designed for something else. All right. Today, this blockchain is designed specifically for tokenization, among other duties it co-does with other blockchain. And then where's the deal then? The deal is in being part of this ecosystem, because this is like a beautiful bride that is attracting the whole world. And everybody that is attracted comes here first through Safir. Then we cherry pick, we choose which one to invest in and which one not to. So you have that power. Meanwhile, registering with Safir is free. Then you can at least have behind the scene information with which to take an informed decision. And if you're a marketer, yeah, you are in the right place. So you stay with me towards the end of this presentation. I will show you what to do, that you're not already doing, how to make yourself wealthy if you're a marketer. All right. So, and if you're not a marketer, you can learn how to be a marketer, because the benefit here is huge. And I'll give you a summary of it at the end. Then we shall invite you to a bigger class where we'll do the details. So what is minting? I promise you to talk about minting. Minting is the process of producing token. It used to be called mining in the old technology, but the new technology, remember, life is evolving. It's now called minting. Just like I said, buying a chicken or a fowl that lays eggs. So the process of laying the eggs and giving you more eggs every day is called minting. So it's another way of becoming wealthy by legal and credible means without having to go to work. You just buy a minter that is minting, the tokens, co-ownership of projects that are disrupting industries. You don't want to miss that. That's the biggest transfer of wealth taking place in the world today. So underline the word minting. This is not trading. You're investing in a project whose ownership is known, whose disruptive capacity is known, who the industry turnover is known, everything is known, it is legal, it is credible in the country called the UAE. Then you can decide what to do with your minted token. Period of minting is every day between 8 to 10 years. All the projects I've mentioned follow the same rule and regulation. So let me take you to the main reason we invited you here. What I've just done is an intro, because our blockchain is already bubbling with activities. And if you are new here, call the person who invited you right now to send you a free link of how to get a back end so that you can follow up this discussion immediately. All the projects I've told you, they explain themselves with short videos, literature and all that at the back end of sapphire.com. How do you get a back end? Call the person who invited you to send you a link so that you get a back end this night. Then you can continue the discussion thereafter from an informed insider perspective. You don't want to come when we're finished sharing the food. You want to be there when we're cooking it in the kitchen, right? Okay, so having said that, last 2 Saturdays, 5th of August to be precise, we launched an additional project titled Big Boom Summit. This Big Boom is for people who have done 1 million euro worth of investment business, from them, with themselves and their team. The leadership that has put in minimum 1 million euro are called diamond leaders in our business. So such persons, by that standard, are proven that, yes, they are serious about what we're doing here. So the company takes us very seriously and invites us once in a while to see the pre-launch of big projects before the world even knows about it. How about being in such a privileged group? Wouldn't that be interesting? Where the best in the world are discussing the future of the world, and you are privileged to have a seat there. So that's what happened on the 5th of August, and I was opportune to be there, present, and I felt we should have this meeting so that you hear it from the horse's mouth, what actually took place, and most importantly, how you can benefit from it. Whether you are rich or you are poor, financially right now, you can participate. Yes, whether you have or you don't have, as far as you are determined to make a difference in your life. But this is a business for the rich before now. It used to be an exclusive preserve for rich people. But because the world is changing and because of problems of very few people becoming rich and the rest of people are poor, new way of thinking now is how can we all be rich at the same time? And Sapphire is at the head of that, championing that, and we invite you to it. So that's me there seated watching as a privileged guest, the unfolding of the biggest, real estate resort to come out of the UAE. But it has been tokenized on our blockchain. Isn't that wonderful? So you can see me smiling from chin to chin. I crossed many hurdles to be able to, come in here. This is one of our big leaders here. His name is Askia. Most of you who have been following us must have known him. Asked to sit down in the same table and rub minds with these geniuses of our time. Can you really pay for that? That's what Safir represents. And here is the MD of Safir. All right, very amiable young man. He's senior me by a lot of age, but you will not know. He's very cheerful, and good to go. Okay, so let me go straight to the point. We had special guests from the royal family who came in at 2 p.m. on that Saturday to launch the biggest iconic project out of the UAE. If you're here, please screenshot this page. It's one of your assignments. And go and do a due diligence on Google. These are the owners of the project. One of the projects, I repeat, one of the projects on our ecosystem marketed by Safir. All the projects I've shown you, you cannot get it if you don't have a Safir ID. You cannot get it if you don't have a Safir account. So Safir is the new deal right now in the entire globe, occasioned by the fact that tokenization is worth over 800 trillion. And there are only 9 blockchains that have their own smart chain. So therefore, there's only 9 that can participate in tokenization. Let's assume there are 2 others I don't know. That's 11. Divide 800 trillion by 11. That will give you an idea of what we're talking about. Meanwhile, the entire cryptocurrency industry as we speak, at the height of the last bull market about May 2021, was just 3 trillion. 3 trillion. But you have one particular blockchain organized by Safir, and we can collectively get 80 trillion. Yes, I tell you, we can collectively get 80 trillion. And imagine what would be the value of one Zenith blockchain coin at that time. Remember, coin is because Zenith is the layer 1 blockchain. Token is because you are a tenant on top of our layer 1 blockchain. How about if I give you a chance to co-own both? Remember, we are backed by the law, blockchain law, signed in March 2021 by the UAE, signed by the vice president of the UAE on behalf of the entire UAE. So we are sitting on a legal tender, a country that respects the law backing blockchain. That's the country called the UAE. And then that law gave rise to a standalone virtual assets regulatory authority out of the UAE, also stationed at the World Trade Center in Dubai. So you see what I mean? So all those wannabe blockchains are fizzled out because we've done the unthinkable by combining government with private sector innovation. By bringing laws, even the government of the UAE can be sued by their own law, right? And so this makes business very secure. This is the reason the national asset, this is the reason you see government agencies and government personalities, including a son of the ruler of Dubai. And this name, Al Maktoum, if you know the history of Dubai, they don't joke with it. And then look at it, the CEO of the Dubai Land Department came to, to give his stamp of authority. And guess what? Look at this name, Al-Mari, Dr. Majid Al-Mari. I've done some due diligence on this name. The man is an expert in transiting from old school business to technology-enabled business, and is the CEO of the Dubai Land Department. He's also the chairman of DDX. DDX is the company that is partnering with the government to build the Desert Pearl, the project I want to introduce to you. So these guys were sitting, just one seat between me and them was just one table. This events table that are rounded, and that's how the event was organized. So they were very intelligent and they interacted and they made their stand known. All right. And so what was it they brought on that Saturday? Exactly. One, apart from the leadership I've told you and evidence of government backing the project, these guys were physically present and they even gave us rules and regulations, no snapping, no recording while they are present. That's how they run things in the UAE as per their own government rules and regulations. You have to accept it if you want to be present, if you want them to be present. So we had to accept. And so on the stage that day, ZenCon is the name of our Visa debit card. This Visa debit card is like no other one you have seen before. Why? It will work in every country. It doesn't have small limits. You can load 50,000 euro. You can load 1 million euro. And if you want more than 1 million euro, it is possible. All you need to do is just say so that you want, and it will be done for you. It will be used in every country. We have about, a little close to 200 countries in the world. So each and every country that uses a POS or ATM and all that, it will work because it comes with the latest of the latest technology. It is in combination with a bank. It's in partnership with a bank in the Singapore called Finest Eastern Bank. Finest Eastern Bank, FEB is their acronym. Okay, and so so get ready. And this particular Zencon debit card will be funded by USDC and USDT. These are dollar equivalent. These are digital dollar equivalent as of today. And so what does that mean for you? It means that you can load your card. Let's say you are minting Tupan, or you're minting Evinok, or you're minting Regardless, or you're minting Zenic. You can, with your Nomo app, I told you about Nomo app, a free, private wallet, just like your Exodus wallet or your Trust wallet. But ours is decentralized wallet, okay? It's private. So inside our own, you have a swap. So this swap will allow you to swap your minted Zenic or minted Tupan for USDT. USDT is stable dollar. And so you can now spend that dollar from your card anywhere in the world, okay? So, but there's no how you can get it except you first of all register with Safir. Everything I'll be describing today can only be gotten by having a Safir account. Luckily, Safir account is free. You want to do that immediately by calling the person who invited you to get you a Safir account. If you stay till the end, I will tell you the advantage that we give you in terms of referral, telling other people about it. So the world has changed. The best way to make money now is to help other people also make money. So this concept has been accepted by the government of the UAE, private sector government participation. That is what is bringing all these innovations out. So when you finally, how do you order your card after you register? That's the next question. First, you need to have a Safir account, safir.com. The link will be given you. Don't go online and go and try to sign up yourself. You may fall into online thieves, highway robbers and what have you. Your safest bet is to call the person who invited you here to get you a link. So once you get the link, you sign up, is free. Then you download an app called Nomo. The person will also guide you. So from your Nomo app, there's a QR code to link Nomo app with your Safir account for extra security. Then you do your KYC from your Safir.com. So the same KYC you do there will be tokenized. Safir is already a tokenized company. It will be tokenized in a way that when you order your Nomo app from your phone, the KYC will be transferred automatically. So you don't need to do KYC twice. And then the same address you've given on your Safir.com account is the address that the card will be sent to anywhere in the world. But you have to wait for a few, the coming weeks for details at your backend. This is the reason you also need your backend, so that once your country is activated, it is shown there, then you can order. Then two is that, okay, I've already mentioned all of these points, the limits and all that, 50,000. Anytime it's below 50,000, you can top it up to 50,000. You can also check 1 million. Anytime it's less than 1 million, you can top it up to 1 million. And if you want more than 1 million, you can, request for it. Then an icon called Desert Pill. What is an icon? Something Englishman calls iconic projects, are projects that are known worldwide. They have national and global significance. They have milestones in the architectural history of mankind. And, they're like a tourist attraction. Everybody wants to go there. Dubai already has 4 of such already. Please, if you have any questions, drop them in the comment box. I'll soon be rounding up and I'll take all the questions. But questions not dropped while I'm presenting will have to be taken by others. So if you want me to answer your question, type it before I finish. That way we'll save time. Then Dubai has already done 4 already. The 5th one is called the Desert Pearl. The 5th one is called what? The Desert Pearl. For those of you may be asking that how much do we need to get into this deal? Well, most of the hubs cost between 1,000 euro and 1,500 euro. 1,000 euro to 1,500 euro. That's a full hub. From all I'm saying here, most of the hubs, that's the range, minus the last one I want to talk about. So if you have more than that, you can buy multiples. It's encouraged. When I started this project, my first purchase was 5 hubs straight because I had, reserve of money at the time. But I also know people who started with less than a hub. You can have a share. You can have a share of half, 700. You can have 400. You can have 200. In fact, the list of the list is even 100 euros. So there's no excuse. Registration is what? Free. But at least you can start from there and start your research and make your, decisions later. But the iconic project is one you don't want to miss. That is the main reason. That is the new addition. But what is an iconic project? Let's go down first and check the ones that have been done before. One of the iconic projects is called a Palm. This is an island. It's the biggest man-made island in the world. Think about that. Dubai doesn't do small things. So that is one iconic project in Dubai. Another iconic project in Dubai is the Burj Arab, the symbol of modern Dubai. You must have been seeing this. Anybody who shows you this tells you about Dubai, true or false. And so you can imagine, even when this was being constructed, if you have an opportunity to be a shareholder, would you have jumped at it or not? So, but the time this was constructed, there was no tokenization. There was no blockchain called Zenic. There was no legality for tokenization. The world has not evolved to that point. So they used the best available at the time to sell this. Then came Dubai Mall. Everybody who has been to Dubai, it's like, if you don't get to Dubai Mall, you didn't go to Dubai, you know. And so supposing you were asked to come when construction was taking place at the bottom of Dubai Mall, would you have come? Of course, then it was not available, so it was only for rich people. The technology of the world has not evolved up to the way it is now. Then came the fourth one, Burj Khalifa. Okay? Burj Khalifa, if we are called again when Burj Khalifa was being constructed, even you had the opportunity to come and buy a share, would you have come? If the answer is yes, imagine what the share price would have been by now in terms of capital appreciation. Because there are no two buildings in the world called Burj Khalifa anyway. This has been the undisputed tallest business building in the world up till date. I don't know if any other building is higher than it. Maybe if you know, let me know. So the point here is that you're not buying a common property. You're buying an iconic property that is not duplicatable. It's like non-fungible token, you know, in our time. And so Dubai now is the ultimate, because it has kept its words. It has given the world enough to be hungry for, enough to see that, yes, everything possible is indeed possible for the rulership of Dubai. And so when the digital economy was born, sometime in 2009, January, the blockchain was born. And so it took 10 years for people to really observe it and be sure that it's solid. And now in 2019, to be precise, the world decided that government should come in. So the government of Dubai gave a representation at World Economic Forum, telling them clearly that they're going to use a blockchain and a digital exchange to digitize their economy, the entire UAE economy. And so they found a blockchain, co-owned it, renamed it Zenith, brought it out in a way that it would do global business. And to show that they are serious, they brought in this project on the 5th of August, Saturday, right there in my presence. The biggest tokenized project, real estate project in the world. The biggest resort done by Dubai government up to date. Remember, done by whom? Dubai government. So government does not construct anything directly. The government has to look for a partnering company that is agreeable. And so they formed two, DDX and Zook. DDX is chaired by the same man who is the CEO of Dubai Land Department. Please underline these words. DDX, the chairman of DDX, is the CEO of Dubai Land Department. Those are the ones in charge of constructing the desert pair, what I want to tell you. The construction is worth 10 billion euro, but it will be worth 35 billion on completion. Okay? Then the designers, those that will make it beautiful, are called Zook. Zook is among the first, in fact, the top 2 designers in the world. Dubai doesn't go for second batch, anything they want to do. They always want to do number 1 or nothing. And so I'm not surprised. So it's called a desert pearl, my friends. If you're a marketer here, ask yourself, when you market, how much do you get? How much do you get a month? How much do you get per annum? Does what you're marketing allow you to have a legacy for your children? Is it inheritable? Can it be transferred from one generation to the other? So we, on behalf of Sapphire, we're calling you to come and market where it makes a lot of sense. The world didn't believe that Dubai was serious, but Dubai has shocked everybody from the 5th of August that, look, as far as real estate is concerned in the world, nobody has done this. So Dubai remains number 1. The biggest tokenized and first to be a government, a private partnership tokenized project in the world, worth 10 billion euro construction cost. But the entire package will be worth 35 billion on completion by 2029. It's called a desert pearl. So what is the desert pearl? It's the name of a resort in the desert. Everything, the research was done. What are the things that, this is how it looks like. What are the things that bring people to Dubai? They said good hospitality, it's okay. What next? Shopping, it's okay. What next? Museum, what next? Library, what next? Schooling, what next? Hospitals, and what have you? Realization, chilling, vacation, and what have you? It's okay. Meanwhile, Dubai is a desert. We've been pretending all this while. Why can't we find a technology that will make the whole world be able to own a resort that will have everything that brings people to Dubai in one location? But that location will show that it is Dubai desert. So the desert pearl answered that question. So, for example, I'll show you the features. So this is how it will look like at the end of the construction. You will not even know you're in the desert because it combines both the beauty of town and the heat and serenity of the desert. Okay? So if you have a screenshot, maybe you screenshot because of time and study the titles. So from where I am now, you can see that there is what is called a planetarium, the Arab Astronomy Museum. That is the history of the Arab world will be in this museum. And so you can imagine the whole world coming here. First, all the good brands, hotel brands in the world will have their own 5-star luxury hotels. Can you see? Like Hilton, Marriott, and all that. There will be a competition here. This is like an Olympics for real estate people. Then hospitality people. 5-star luxury branded residences. So if you want to buy villas, remember, these are all 6-star. All right? Then, so it's not for beginners. Then family hotel. You know, some people need to have houses in different continents. So how about having a house in the desert? But this desert, the air conditioning, have you gone to Dubai Mall? For those of you who have been to Dubai Mall, you won't even know that you're in a desert mall. So this is how it is here. But guess what? The mall here is underground. It's underground. It has 50,000 square kilometer of land space. 60,000 square meter of land space underground. If you've gone to Singapore, Singapore has something close to that, but not up to 50,000 square kilometer. So imagine this is desert. If you've gone to the Dubai desert, you know what we're talking about. So this idea is about converting the whole of that desert into a monument worth 35 billion euro. But guess what? How does this concern you? It concerns those who are interested in co-owning this project from the scratch. And you own it as digital token. What that means is that this whole land you are seeing here has been tokenized on the Zenith blockchain, sold exclusively by Safir. No other name known by man or devil on this world can sell this project other than Safir. Why? The Safir is the only company selling digitized services, products, and companies in the world. And that's the one that has the blessing of the royal family, the laws of, backed by the laws of Dubai, and regulated by Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, you know, with headquarters, like I said, at World Trade Center in Dubai. So how does this concern you? It concerns you because real estate in the world is where rich people keep their money. So now the best way to get into real estate, if you are interested at all, is at the beginning of the beginning, when people are still ignorant, before these experts start putting all these iconic features inside. The price will definitely hit the roof. Remember, from beginning, 10 billion euro will be spent. Secondly, what you spend 10 billion euro in will be worth 35 billion. That one is a given before market sentiments continue on it. And Dubai real estate is known to return between 5 times to 7 times the price from beginning of construction to end. This is standard already from existing projects in the UAE, as you can confirm. But we're talking about a desert pearl that has never existed before. You can see the architecture, can't you see? Nothing like it on the face of the earth has existed before. And then for a long time, you're not likely to see something exist. The same way you're not likely to see another Burj Khalifa. The question now is that why are you in this meeting when this is being discussed? Why are you in this meeting when this project is just starting? Construction period is 4 years. Opening date is 2029. The question you want to ask yourself, are you planning to die between now and 2029? If the answer is no, why not give yourself a gift so that when you are in Dubai, you go as a co-owner of a piece of Dubai? This is the question that is staring us in the eye now. And how much does it take to participate? As much as you can afford. The least is 100 euro. There are no maximum, but one full hub is 15,200 euro. 15,290 euro, one full hub. A full hub has the minting capacity of, as we speak now, about 130. I think today is the last day for 130. 130 means the token 130 every day before it starts reducing with time. Those who come maybe after 1 month might meet it at 110 or even 100. Those who come after 2 months might meet it at 90 per day. Those who come after 1 year, probably 45 per day, and it goes on. But guess what? Those who have a lot of the token will benefit from when the 35 billion worth of value would have been sunk in. So divide the number of tokens by 35 billion. That will not be the fair price of the coin. But you and I know many coins don't have any asset like this backing them. Or am I wrong or right? Many projects don't have any asset like this backing them. Many tokens don't have asset like this backing them. Not to talk of the backing of government. So this is a record breaker. Doesn't have any category to put it in. It's a standalone category. Please screenshot this page so that we can save ourselves time and round up the class, because I've told you what we are here for. You're here to be part of the biggest real estate tokenized project in the world, backed by the government of Dubai, tokenized on the Sapphire ecosystem, And you can have a link from the person who invited you right now to register for free and go and get all the details at the back end. Then you can choose what your capacity is. Okay, you don't have an excuse. You can buy as little as 100 euro, at least to test. But if you have the money, buy 15,290 euro multiple times. Get me right, multiple times. Just keep clicking as much as your money can take you. And then if you just want to test, you test it and come back, all right, to do the real shopping. But remember, every day the minting capacity reduces. In economics, it's called sound money. So first of all, you have to have a token that is asset backed. That is one. It's called the digital pair token. Two, you have a token that is government backed. That's second step. Three, you have a token of an iconic project. You cannot have a duplication. It's like having a non-fungible token that is asset backed. I don't think there's any blockchain project in the world that has these statistics I'm reading out as we speak today. So because of that, I'll end at this point. So contact the person who invited you for how you can be part of history, because it is either you are in as a owner, a co-owner, or you come later as a guest. You know the difference? If you start as an owner and you own up to a certain level, do you know there's a possibility of having Dubai residency for you and your family members? Ask any real estate developer in Dubai. If you buy up to a certain number of thousands of euro, a dirham worth of real estate in Dubai, you are awarded residency. You can apply for residency and get it for you and your children. So how about a project that is the iconic project? And guess what? If you start with what you can have, I promise if you stay till the end, I will show you how you can use marketing if you're interested, relationship marketing, to raise a lot of money from a project like this. Why? Community is the biggest business in the world. Apple is Apple because it has a community that anything it drops on Apple shop gets sold, true or false. But when Apple was building the community, people laughed. Google is very strong today because without Google Map, you and I cannot go anywhere. That's why anything published by Google before arrival, people already are waiting for Google to pay Google back. What about Amazon? The same thing, or similar business strategy. So the same thing is being done here. It's just the difference is that we're using blockchain, which is the biggest thing in the world right now. Remember, there are three trends reigning now in the world: AI, tokenization, and blockchain. So tokenization and blockchain are one. So out of three, we already have two. And then we're showing you the value, how to start from zero if you want, okay, and build your life. But if you're already rich, then you want to make hay while the sun shines, because what is happening is a wealth transfer. People who are not as rich as you now, who are smarter, will equal your money in no time. So you want to be quick to maintain your standard in the new world economy. Okay, so I'm giving you time to see that Dubai is serious. They are almost doubling, they projected to double their population, very soon. You can see the statistics here, can't you? So just screenshot and help yourself. I think my job is to give you a tidbit of what history is being unfolding right now, or is life unfolding right now in Dubai. And why I mentioned Dubai is that Dubai has history, pedigree for doing the right things right. So you want to tag along, because that's what it essentially means. No matter where you are in the world, you can tag along and be part of history and make yourself wealthier by legal and credible means. Okay, so what is the mechanism in place for making sure that the token, the price of the token is not just subject to market sentiment, which sometimes can be negative? All the villas, I want to answer that question. All the villas, everything you're saying there, remember, there will be off-takers, of people that will buy off-plan, right? Like people like Hilton, Marriott, different Samsung, Apple, there will be competition there, right? So when they come to buy, because right now they can't buy, the only thing that they can buy is the hub that I'm telling you about now. So if you know any big real estate person in the world, ask the person, can you sell me Desert Pearl? Will tell you it's not available. The only way it is available is what I'm telling you. You have to get a Safir account from the person who invited you. Then two, you have to buy the hub, because that's like the pre-launch. So when you now buy the hub, when the money now, remember the royal family is behind this, so money is not an issue. Part of the money you are going to use to buy the hub, 50% of it is sent to the construction process. Okay? There are investors all over, bank and all that. So that number doesn't concern you. The one that concerns you is buy your hub. Then that coin that is minting for you, I told you to maintain every day for between 8 to 10 years. Do you remember that? Now, when people now want to come and buy the carcass, when they want to buy the off-plan, the Hilton, the Marriott, all the hospitality business people, shopping mall people, remember 50,000 square kilometer underground shopping. So you've gone to Dubai Mall, isn't it? So another Dubai Mall now will be underground. So all of those activities taking place there, if they want to buy into it, to have a shop, there are only two ways to do it. One, let's say you want to buy a shop worth 1 million. You divide the 1 million into two. Half of it you provide it by this desert pair token. So where will you get desert pair token? You have to come and buy from us that have the hub, or you buy your own hub that would have been minting for you. So this is the reason you want to start minting today, as soon as possible, so that you have enough time to have enough of the desert pair to wait for Hilton, Marriott, and all that when they now want to buy the offtake, because the offtake will start like the next maybe 1.5 years. Okay, so but the next 6 weeks, sorry, next 6 months, there will already be a secondary market. Secondary market means if you don't want to wait, you want to sell, there are people that will be buying from you, because those people are the ones to aggregate it. They are called liquidity providers, and wait for Hilton and the rest to come and buy it at a killing. Because if you want to buy anything here, villa, house, real estate, anything you want to buy here to own, the only way to buy it is 50% will be provided by the token, then 50% cash. 50% token, desert pair token, 50% cash. So by that statement, it means that if you are buying the entire 35 billion euro, half of that is, sorry, I just saw somebody I know. Half of that is 17.5 billion. Am I correct? So imagine 17.5 billion chasing the token you have. What would be the price of the token? Okay, so you see, we're not waiting for just the market. Experts here, you remember the best of the best are the one managing this project. So I promise you to show you some series. DDX is chaired by Dr. Majid Al-Mari. Can you see that? Please do a due diligence on this guy. Dr. Majid Al-Mari is the chair of DDX, and DDX is the official partner of the Dubai Land Department. So the CEO of Dubai Land Department is the chairman of DDX. So what does that tell you, my friends? Okay, I'm making this emphasis because I have some people who have been sitting on the fence. I hope they get it now that where Dubai means business and you can be part of that business. Okay, so basically, the rest, just for emphasis, I've said everything that is required. This is the final, you can see the finance, isn't it? So if you want to own something, why not own the best in the world? So how do you come in? There are 3 ways, even though I've given you all the details. If you want to come in big, the first thing I advise is to have a Zenith hub with a hardware. It costs about 2,000 euros, as you can see. Or if you don't want the hardware, you can go for the one without the hardware. It costs about 1,000 euros, as you can see. This will give you the advantage of buying the desert pearl at 300 euro less the price. That will be 14,990, as you can see. So if you combine this with this, if you add these two, that will be 15,000 plus or 16,000 plus. If you decide to take this and this, you can do the maths, isn't it? The advantage here is that it reduces the cost of this one by 300 and still gives you opportunity to mint the Zenith coin. Remember, Zenith is the landlord. All the entire 35 billion from one project alone will be housed. The effect on the Zenith coin price will be huge. Okay? So this is how you know projects that will do well. Depending on the value of the land in real estate, is dependent on the asset, the price of what is built on it, true or false. So here, one client alone out of 11 right now, as is bringing in 35 billion the next 4 years, because that's how long it takes to construct. Okay? All right, so and then at the construction period, people believe in what they can see. That's how the price of the coin will be moving. Why? Is asset backed. People can see that government is behind it. Okay, then if you don't have up to that amount of money, or you don't want to buy these ones that are, the best deal, in my opinion, are these ones, if money is not the problem. But if you don't want that, you can buy the full hub for 15,910. That you lose the 300% discount like I told you about. You still get the full hub. Why do you need the full hub? It's minting 130 as I speak today. By tomorrow, that number will reduce, okay? And so, 130 every day, multiply that by 365 days. See the total number of tokens you will have gotten. So if the token does only $35, how much is that? Because 35 billion will be sunken. Tokens represent, do you understand, the price of the underlying asset. Then these are the shares you can buy in case you want to just test. You can do 100 euro, you can test with 220, you can test with 400 euro. Everything you see here is euro. So you can see how many people are sharing one hub, right? But it's still doable, isn't it? Yeah, the idea is to make everybody rich by legal and credible means. And to make you start small, then when you develop the confidence, you can grow big. But by all means, start. What else? I think I've told you everything, haven't I? Be part of the most exclusive project ever built. Please underline this word, ever built. Don't mind the error, typo error. Ever built. This is a statement of the government of the UAE. It's not my statement. So everything they've built before is like beginning. It's now dovetailing into something big. So let the technology work for you. We call our technology hardware, but it's really a software because there's a chip inside the hardware you're buying. Let it work for you instead of you working for money. Let technology work for you. We're in the era of technology and government has come in. Government was sitting on the fence before. Then I talked to you about the earlier packages. For those of you who want to take advantage of the earlier packages, these are 6 of them are running on promo right now. Promo is like pre-sale for up to 45% discount. The person who invited you will give you the details of how to buy these packs while it lasts. Because this promo can be withdrawn at any time. But as I speak, it's on. It's a pre-sale for those who can see into the future. Some people didn't see Bitcoin and use it to buy pizza. You remember the story? Some people didn't see Ethereum in 2015 when it was less than $1. They saw it after it had reached $700. Luckily for me, I'm one of those who saw it before it got to $200. All right, so this is how this project is now. The first blockchain I know in the world that the government of a serious sovereignty is behind it. You can't beat that statement if you are really a serious investor. So now let's talk about marketing. Remember, all these deals are available to you, discounted, all right, if you make KY, the sun shines. I mean, the other projects I mentioned, if you were here earlier, on our blockchain. What about 11 now? I didn't tell you because it was not necessary. The BRICS countries, they've also come through a conglomerate of refiners of gold in South Africa, have come together to back a token that will be backed by gold called digital gold token. That project was also launched on the 5th of August. But they kept quiet about it after they launched because the BRICS countries will be holding a meeting on the 22nd to 24th where they will take some sensitive decisions. So no, don't be surprised if one of the BRICS countries' currency is now running on our blockchain. That would be crazy because there are about 40 countries that have applied to be part of BRICS. BRICS is an alternative bloc of countries who don't want to be selling their national assets in exchange for dollar again. They are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. You must, if you are following the news, you see what I'm telling you about. The question you want to ask yourself is, why are the best deals coming to our blockchain? So you want to make hay while the sun shines, don't you? So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you have, whatever you have can be accommodated here to try. Registration is free, but you need to make a purchase as soon as you get clarity on which particular one you want. But if you're like me, I hop in and I will advise you to take one of these discounted packs and make sure you include some of the desert pearl. Then let me address those who are here because they're looking at opportunity to promote something to make them rich by legal and credible means. All right? And then to be an influencer. In the world today, you either pay CNN for advert, pay Al Jazeera for advert, pay social media influencers, pay footballers or musicians and what have you. But in the deeper world, investors are the best people to tell you about anything. You cannot sell what you're not participating in. So if once you become a participant and you are sure, like I'm sure, I've seen everything and I've seen where the business is going, then you can participate in 8 benefits. I will not give you details today because it's not the day for it. 8 benefits. All right. 4 are permanent. You don't need to do anything about the 4. The other 4, you need to be active monthly. So there are about 8. Like I said, they are in uni level. In fact, today is not the day. So we'll advertise another day for those of you who have been marketing for the wrong agencies, either as paid employment or affiliates or what have you. You've been wasting your time because nobody beats technology. And nobody beats technology with private sector participation. Nobody beats technology with private sector participation backed by government. Nobody beats technology backed by private sector geniuses, in my opinion, backed by government, and then backed by the government of Dubai. With a prince, a blood of the royal family involved. With the Dubai Land Department as chairman, then you know that we're headed somewhere, aren't we? So details for those who will be invited to that class, how this whole marketing plan works. You'll be lucky to be invited to that class. If you are not invited, you can invite yourself through the person who shared this invitation with you. You'll be glad you did. Because of time, I will stop here and take the rest of the presentation. So do not be the master of your own finances again. Contact the person who invited you. Registration is free. Then you can start your journey from there. All right? There are so many projects. You choose which one makes sense to you. For me, I've chosen all of them. And I'm buying an average of more every 3 weeks. That's my own personal target. So I wish you the strength to save yourself, save your future, prepare for old age now, Leave something as a legacy, be part of positive change, and don't be part of negativity. The opportunity exists to make yourself a billionaire in your lifetime. Sapphire gives you that chance. I invite you to it on behalf of all of us. So if you're not here when I started, my name is Lawrence Enebili. Friends and admirers call me Lorenzo and Lorenzo the Great. I put in 13 years. This is my 14th year in business building, wealth education, and coaching. And I love Sapphire. I'm a diamond leader here already. I love technology. And the mere fact that Sapphire is #1 selling tokenized products in the world, there's no better place to be if you are smart. Details probably in the next presentation. If you missed anything, ask for the replay to be made available. Okay, over to you, Christy. Thank you for giving me your time. And I hope you have done the needful right now as a guest. Thank you, and over to you to our coordinator. Christy, are you there?
Thank you so very much, Coach Lorenzo. Thank you. That was deep and insightful presentation on all that's been happening in the Sapphire community. If you didn't get anything, understand that Sapphire is a platform providing the opportunity for businesses that are disrupting different industries across the globe. And it's giving you the opportunity to be co-owners of all the business solutions that are being provided across industries. We're so happy to have you here. Please go to the comments and leave some commendation for our presenter, Coach Lawrence Enebili. He was there and he brought us all the updates, brought us up to speed with what is happening in the ecosystem. And if you are a guest, this is your first time being here, we welcome you. Do well to get back to the person who shared this invitation with you. All you need is a link to start the journey. You create your own ID with Sapphire Group International, and then that gives you an insider perspective into what's happening, and of course you can make informed decision. Thank you so very much, everyone in the house. I can see Coach James Okuku, thank you so very much for coming. We have Dr. Amarachi Ugoji also. He's the next diamond leader, and it's such a delight to have him. Thank you so much, everyone, for your for your feedback, for your kind words for our presenter today, Coach Lawrence Enebili. So let's have your questions. Did you pen down your questions? Did you put them in the chat? Because I'm going to be going through that now. Let's quickly address the questions before we now take interactive sessions. We'll also call the leaders in here to be able to share their own insights about the project, what it has been for them since being on this journey. I tell you, this is one ecosystem you don't want to miss out on. So thank you so very much. I can see all your insights, but I'm going to quickly go to the questions that we have here and begin to address them. Okay, one Uchechi said, can I earn from being a team builder alone? Coach Lawrence?
Yes, you can earn, and the answer to that question is yes, but because of time, we want to invite you to the next class. We'll be talking about the benefits of relationship marketing for Sapphire. But because of this question, the first generation benefit is 10%. What that means is that if you do a referral successfully and the person buys an investment, Sapphire rewards you from their reserve. Then they don't get the money from the investment made. No. Sapphire has its own funds for adverts. And so they've creatively kept that money together. Remember, Sapphire is also indirectly backed by the UAE. This whole thing has a strong, backing of very wealthy people. So they keep a marketing fee when you succeed, not when you try. When you succeed, the first generation is 10%. There are other generations up to 15%. But I don't want to go into details here. The answer to this question I've given you, then I will invite you, contact the person who invited you to this meeting, to invite you to the one where we're really like interacting or interviewing people who really, to show their qualification for the marketing plan. It's the best marketing plan I have seen in my 14 years history, this kind of business. So it's not something you throw away casually. It's something you check if people are qualified to run with it. So the question, please take that, contact the person who invited you, and join us in that particular meeting. Next question, please.
Yes, it says, a follow-up question, can I choose to be a team builder and, of course, be an investor? What's the advantage?
Yeah, you should do both. That's what I do. I'm first of all an investor. I'm heavily invested here. For private reasons, I won't want to disclose that, but heavily myself and my children. So you don't do that for something you're doing wishy-washy. I remember I'm one of the few persons who have sat down since 2021 in every meeting called by Safir. When I mean sat down, first-hand experience and follow-up meetings in private offices. Most of the CEOs of the companies that I've explained to you right now that are disrupting their various industries are my personal friends. When I say personal friends, we chat on WhatsApp. These are real people disrupting real industries worth trillions. Ordinarily, if not for Safir, they won't have time for people like me, just to be humble, because life is in levels. So if you see opportunity, you grab it. So you can do both, basically. That's the best anyway. While you buy the hops and it's maintained for you, you have the opportunity of what is already working for you to refer it to others. Then we have partnerships. For instance, we are genius investors. We have other leaders here who are highly experienced, some of them even more experienced than myself, that can handhold you, help you stand. So we have support, and you want to take advantage of that support. But I think the best thing for you is to invite yourself to the next meeting, like I talked about. The person who invited you will give you a chance to be in that meeting. I mean, the person who asked this question. So you can do both, and that's the best deal. That's what I do personally, and I recommend it for you. Next question.
It says the same person is asking, do you sell any other product apart from real estate? Medical, for instance?
Oh, sure. Was this person not part of this meeting? Maybe he came late. I had mentioned that we have 11 projects, 11 companies disrupting different industries. Okay, real estate is just one. We have medical, which is the iFiber. We have movie, the first tokenized movie in the whole of the Middle East, regardless. We have real estate 2, which is in Austria. That's CD, apart from the Desert Pearl. Remember, this Desert Pearl is the new deal for the government of Dubai. So it's on a different level. Okay. Then we also have aviation. We're disrupting aviation. So and more are coming. I told you about the digital gold token, where the BRICS countries are looking for a currency that will be backed by gold. And ours is one of the ones they'll be considering at their meeting in 22 to 24 of August this year. Okay. So I think that answers that question. But yes, the person asking this question, I have an advice for you. The person asking this question. Right now, call the person who invited you or chat the person up to send you a Sapphire link to register. All the information you have is on the back end, better than I can even tell you. Mine is just to make it easy for you to understand. Okay, I hope you take that advice. Next question.
Okay, the person obviously asked a lot of questions.
Okay, go ahead, stage here, please. Maybe ask this question before we started the Desert Pearl. Everything here is do I need to answer this? But for the sake of public good, everything here is registered in the state of Dubai. There's a regulatory authority called Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority of Dubai. There's a law that makes everything about blockchain legal in the whole of the UAE. So that answers it. Remember, you have UAE police, you have Interpol, you have Royal Family Intelligence and police to deal with. So if you are thinking of scam or this wannabe student network, it's not this kind of our blockchain, because no thief goes to the police station or the military station to go and steal. Right? So our blockchain is not for wannabes at all. So this question does not even arise, even though I've answered it. Everything is from the front door, and you can do your own due diligence to confirm what I've said. Next question, please.
All right. One Ezekiel Onyola says, please, I have over 1,000 Zenny coin. I need your advice. Okay, my advice is, can I really advise you? Because I don't know you personally. I don't know your financial, calculations, and all that, your risk ability and all that. But let me take myself. I have a lot as well. I won't mention the quantity, but it's huge. What I'm waiting for is liquidity pool. Very soon, that will be made available. What does that mean? You'll be staking your Zenny coin in a liquidity pool, and you'll be getting commission. So that commission will also be paid to you in Zenny coin. So your Zenny coin will be earning you Zenny coin. All right? So if you want the capital start appreciating, remember why we're keeping our Zenny coins, like we don't want to sell it and regret. Because you can see if you have sold it before this Desert Pearl came, you have lost 35 billion worth of value on your Zenny coin. Because all these projects I've mentioned, they are all giving value to Zenny coin. It's like your land. I don't know where you live. Me, I live in Asokoro, Abuja, for example. The land in Asokoro, Abuja, there's no one you can buy full land for less than 500 million naira. In fact, with the naira exchange rate now, the new rates are 800 million for one full land in Asokoro. Whether there's building on it or not, even if it's just farmland, it's 800 million. So the question is,
Why 800 million when you can go to Lugbe or near the airport and buy land there for 10 million? It's because there's no development in Lugbe or the airport. I'm talking about Abuja or place. But there's a lot of development and security in Asokoro. That's why the land price is different. So if you sell your token now because it's about 10 cents or 12 cents or 50 cents in the market, you have wasted it if you can wait. It's an if. Because more are coming. Remember what I've just told you just happened 2 Saturdays ago. Do you know what will happen in the next 2 weeks? Do you know what will happen in the next 1 month? Do you know what will happen in Budapest in October when we're doing our global rally? So my advice for you is, if you can, I can't advise you obviously because I don't know you personally, but I've just done the analysis where you can understand that yes, all of us are minting. We have not yet employed it, but there's an opportunity coming called liquidity provision. You can wait for that opportunity if you can. It will pay you more. You are earning money while waiting. Then more projects come to make you rich. That's what happened to Ethereum. Ask Google, the person asking this question, Ezekiel. Go and ask Google, what was the price of Ethereum in January 2015? Please do that assignment. And ask the same Google, what was the price of Ethereum today? How many years different? 8 years. So people who sold the Ethereum in 2015 and people who have the Ethereum now, what's the difference? You will be able to answer this question for yourself. Okay, next question, please.
Okay, there's a similar question from Madam Success. It says, what's happening with the first project, Zenic? What's happening to our Zenic tokens in the Safir back office? I think
I've answered it now. It's minting.
More to that.
Yes, it's minting. Anything you buy within 24 hours, if it is Zenic, to have started minting. If it didn't mint within 24 hours, give it a week. Sometimes there are technical hitches. It will start minting and it will compensate you for the idle time. If it is £2, for example, it takes about 5 days to start minting. Once it starts minting, every day to mint more. If there are any technical hitches, it will correct itself and still compensate you for the period it wasn't minting. That's it. If you want to sell, you are free to sell. I hope you know. It's selling a token, it's selling a Bitmart. All you need to do, put it in your normal app and send it and sell. All this idea of selling, you sell at the market price. But we're only advising you. Remember, advice doesn't mean you must take it because we don't know you personally. That if you wait, you have a better deal. And if you are interested in marketing, remember, marketing money is instant. It doesn't wait. Why not do referral marketing? Why not join your team leaders? Share this opportunity with others. We call it marketing, but for me, you are actually helping people. How much will you really pay for the information you got this evening if I were to charge you? Okay, so that's it. So you are really helping people and also helping yourself. The world is in a sharing economy now. So government has also realized that there's need to share with the citizens. There's a need to share benefit with community. And blockchain has done. I hope the network has not thrown away Christian. Okay, please, all these questions about CD and all that. CD, if you check is there, mine is there anyway. So if you go to your menu, check on the menu, you see CD. Click on CD maintain to take you to the record. Please make your backend your friend. Everything you're asking about here is at the backend. That's why I told the new people, get your referral link, get to the backend. You get more information than I can tell you in 1 hour.